everyone. My name is Tabatha Castro. I am the managing attorney of the Castro firm and also co-chairperson of Latinos Unidos, which is a United Way of Delaware affinity group. Latinos Unidos is excited today to host the Delaware Hispanic Commission's press conference to promote the second annual Delaware Latino Summit. Latinos Unidos was formed in 2013 to basically engage the Hispanic Latino community, which has always focused on the three main areas that United Way focuses on, which is education, income, and health. Latinos Unidos is led by three co-chairpersons, myself, Dr. Rosa Colon Collaco, and Annabelle Pinheiro of DuPont, and is supported by Wanda Lopez and Jerry Hunter of United Way. In 2004, Latinos Unidos held a strategic retreat which focused on the needs of the Latino community as they relate to, again, those three major issues of education, income, and health. The goals were shared with the Delaware Hispanic Commission for inclusion in the Delaware Hispanic Public Policy Agenda. And I just want to briefly go over the 6 main goals that we came up with as a Latinos Unidos organization. The main goals identified were: 1, we wanted to enhance the developmental milestone and school readiness amongst Latino students. 2, we wanted to increase the reading on early grade level amongst Latino students. 3, we wanted to increase on-grade promotion and successful middle school transition. 4, we wanted to increase graduation rates and job career readiness for our high school Latino students. 5, we wanted to raise the level of parent engagement. And lastly, we wanted to partner with education services to promote diversity, culture, and competency in addition to inclusion. So what Latinos Unidos has done is goal number 4 with regard to career exploration. Our education team designed a career exploration program that was spearheaded through DuPont's HisNet employee network, and in partnership with Christiana Care, DuPont, and the Castro firm. The goal was essentially to get Hispanic high school students from McKean Elementary and provide them with mentors. And we did industry tours at DuPont, at Christiana Care Hospital, at the Castro firm, and we also took them to the courthouse. Latinos Unidos goal number 5, which involves parent engagement, is also underway, and we're currently exploring a parent leadership train-the-trainer evidence-based model that we call Abriendo Puertas, with the hope of making it available to Delaware's Hispanic population, serving such organizations free of charge. Looking forward, our goal is to seek alignment and work with the Commission's Education Committee to leverage our resources. With that said, it is my pleasure to introduce Javier Torrijos, the chair of the Delaware Hispanic Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabitha, and thank you, Delaware, United Way of Delaware, as well as the Latinos Unidos, which is a great organization, really trying to advance the cause for Latinos here in Delaware. One of the wonderful things that we've had here in Delaware is we have a wonderful population of Latinos who really want to be engaged and understand the opportunities that are available to them, just like every Delaware citizen here. And so one of the more important things that we did in 2014 was to host the first Delaware Hispanic Latino Summit. And there were many wonderful things that came out of there. And we were able to develop the Delaware Hispanic Public Policy Agenda. But before I go on, I just wanted to make, so for those who don't understand what the Delaware Hispanic Commission is committed to doing, we're committed to enriching the lives of the Hispanic community by enhancing and streamlining efforts to improve the delivery of services, bringing awareness of current issues to the state agencies, suggesting possible solutions for the agency's consideration, and keeping the Hispanic community informed of available state assistance that exists for all Delaware residents. We want to make sure that we're connecting, whether it's a nonprofit organization, state agencies, and so forth, to the Delaware Hispanic community. And it's extremely important to us. Last year, we had many volunteers. We had commission members who were all volunteers. We had state agencies, legislators, nonprofit organizations, as well as the community that came together at the 2014 Latino Summit at Deltech campus in Dover, Delaware. And there, We had discussed extremely important issues. We had surveys prior to that were done in Millsboro Festival, here in Wilmington and so forth, to basically establish what are the needs and priorities of Hispanics here in Delaware. And at the summit, it all came together. And we were able to have some really extensive dialogue during our breakout sessions in this, basically our various sectors in transportation, housing, education, economic development, community, and social and legal justice. From there, we were able to develop various priorities in each one of those sectors. For example, one of the priorities that came out of transportation was a driving privilege car for the undocumented. This past year, that voice was heard very loud and clear at Legislative Hall at the General Assembly, the 148th General Assembly, and that bill was able to pass Senate Bill 59. And the primary sponsor of that was Senator Brian Townsend. So clearly, the legislators heard the voices of the Latinos, and we're very proud to say that that was a legislative issue that we were able to move forward. So issues like that, we continue to look forward to come out of this Delaware Hispanic Public Policy Agenda. This year's theme is entitled Connecting Through Education for a Brighter Future. Education is extremely important for our children. As Tabatha mentioned, there are strong initiatives that are being made by Latinos Unidos, where the Delaware Hispanic Commission wants to partner and work very closely with organizations such as Latinos Unidos, Aspira, and so forth, to be able to push these initiatives forward that impact our young children. There is a big need to connect them to the many services that are available to them, but there is also a need for professional, bilingual, culturally competent teachers that can basically help deliver the educational needs for our children. So one of the things that I just want to very briefly touch on, the overall priorities that came, even though each sector had their own individual priorities established, but there was some overreaching priorities that actually came out of the summit, and I'm going to list 4 of them. The 4 that came out that were very common across all sectors was to increase the outreach effort and communication to the Hispanic community and availability of more Spanish websites, written publications, brochures, and general information about services. You know, communications is key. The community wants to know what those available services are. How can, and vice versa. So do the state agencies, so do the nonprofit organizations. They want to communicate back and forth and make sure that they can acquire those services like everyone else. Number 2, augment availability of bilingual and multicultural professionals in education. That's in schools and in our universities, our Delaware legal system, health systems, and so forth. Number 3, to improve literacy level in English and Spanish for Hispanics in Delaware. Hispanics want to learn English. They want to be proficient in English. They want to be literate. And so it's extremely important that those services are available to them. Number 4, create a state office of diversity and equity affairs, an office where basically Hispanics can come to and be able to, if there's any cares, any worries, any issues that come up, an office that can be dedicated to help service their needs. So on October 22nd at the Chase Center on the riverfront in Wilmington, Delaware, from 8 to 5, we will be hosting the second Latino Summit 2015. We're very proud to host that. We have many sponsors, many individuals who have helped organize this, including many members from here from the Latinos Unidos, such as Tabatha. We have a member here, Charito, who has been very active. She's the co-chair of the Delaware Hispanic Commission, and she's been extremely involved with that. We also have Brenda Soto, who's been very much helping us with the activities, planning events such as this press conference. So there's so many folks that are behind the scenes working on this event. So we want to certainly thank all of them. And we would like to invite all of you to come out and participate. And number 1, 2 things that we want to get out of that summit. The first is to move the Delaware Hispanic Public Policy Agenda forward. So all these issues that we talked about in 2014, how do we move them forward? And then the second thing is to connect the community with the agencies, nonprofit organizations, so that they can understand what services are available to them. We want to educate the Hispanic community and also as well as the various organizations that provide those services, how the community can be reached. So that is our goal. Having said that, I'd like to introduce Charito. Actually, her first name is Rosario Calvachi Mateco, but I would like to, she is the co-chair of the Delaware Hispanic Commission, and I'd like her to talk about some of the experiences that we had last year in 2014 and some of the wonderful things that happened. Represent Charito. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Javier, for your leadership. I just want to refer of how much work is done before the actual date of the Latino Summit. And that brings the community, the grassroots movements in Delaware. The commission have designed a way to do these Latino summits in a way that we go to the communities, and we did that for the first one. And we meet, we design dynamics for people to feel comfortable and let us know what are their real needs and ways that they can listen to each other. I remember a wonderful event in which they were drawing things and also capturing things from a magazine to create a collage. And there was this child that put a house. And he said, I put this because now I have a house. And then he put another house, and we say, you want two houses? Or no, that is the house for all my other friends, because everyone has to have a house. So those places were the moments in which the beauty of the young people and elderly people came together to teach us what they really want as a priorities. And the Latino Summit reflects those voices. And now we are really looking for leaders from those grassroots to come and again, so they can give us their feedback so we can be inspired by what they do, because what the Delaware Hispanic Commission do is to reflect in those needs and work for them so they have a voice in the process that we use in order to do the Latino Summit. So thank you very much, and we want to hear from all of you as well to create this Delaware better than ever. And the last thing I want to say is that one of the main reasons why we were so successful the day in which the debate of the Senate Bill 59 about driving privilege cards happened, it was because the Latino community involvement, the grassroots people show up. They talk to each other with the Facebooks. And immediately, the 15 start to come all the way to maybe 100. And they fill out the balcony. They were there since 1 p.m. At 6:30, Senator Thompson came to know them and meet them. And he said, wait a second, you didn't tell me that there is children here. There was 1-year-old in the lap of a mother, the 17, and all in between with their parents. So he said, children cannot be that long here. I'm going to do something about it. So he went and spoke with the leadership of the Senate. And instead of the bill being voted at the 24th level, we became the number 3. So the moment that the bill passed, we were all coming down to the steps, and somebody said, no, don't go. The governor wants to sign the bill now for you. So the last thing I want to tell you is never underestimate the power of children, the Latino children that were there singing the national anthem with the governor of Delaware. That makes a beautiful picture of the future of Delaware. Thank you very much.
And lastly, I just wanted to say, if you want to register for the 2015 Delaware Latino Summit, you can go to www.hispanic.delaware.gov. That's www.hispanic.delaware.gov. We hope to see you there.